Hello, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a short video because it's basically some of what we've done before, but we are going to be expanding on our knowledge on Azure Container Group. In the last video, we saw how we could use Container Group when we added a container for our database. In this video, we want to take it a little bit further. Instead of working with just a single container, we want to work with two containers, one for our database, the other one for our application. So it's more like building up from the previous video. So without wasting much time, let me share my screen. So over here, you can see my .NET application. It's still the same .NET application that we've been using for some time now. So all you need to do is create a simple .NET web app that connects to a database. And it's still the same declaration that I'm still using. The only difference is that when I was using Docker Compose, over here, I use the name of the service as the source. But in this case, when I'm using Azure Container Group, because they are more enclosed in an instance, I am using localhost. There are some documentation that says you can still use the container name. I haven't tried that, but you can try it and you'll see if it will work. I've tried using localhost and it works for me, and that's what I'm sticking with. So you slot in the username of the MySQL root password, the password, and the name of the database, which I did here. So afterwards, all you need to do is come over here, right click, go to publish, and publish to Azure Container Registry, which was basically what I did. After doing that, I do not want to repeat it again because we already went through this in previous videos. So after doing this, you need to so from our last video, you can recall that we add a database in Docker container. In our Docker container registry, recall that we customize MySQL. So let me share my screen and go to my Edge browser. Yeah, so um this was what we used. Yeah, so this was what we created in our last video. Yeah, your frankly. Then let me go to repositories. Yeah, this was the one we created in our last video, MySQL custom. So, however, this is the application that I pushed from .NET. So when I publish, it will tell me I should choose the registry account. So I picked this account, Ayo Frankly, as the registry account, and I pushed over here. That's why we now have two repositories here. This was for the custom MySQL, and this is for my .NET application. So the plan is that we are going to create a YAML file that uses Container Group and we will be embedding these two images into the YAML file and getting our application to work based on those. So we are going to be creating a container instance in that process. So now this is the interesting part and what you should take note of very keenly. I'll be sharing my screen and you are going to be seeing the YAML file for our container group. Yeah, so location is US, name, you can give any name as the name of your container group. Properties, so we're having multiple containers. For the first container, we are calling it DB. Note that you can recall that this DB, we are not using it as our host in our application. We are using localhost, unlike the case for Docker Compose. Then our image, this is our image. This is what we have in the container group. So earlier on you saw the name is my SQL custom, then the resources, the request, one CPU, blah blah blah, ports, and the likes. Then we now go on to the second container, which is for the web. The properties, the .NET DB app that we recently added. Then for the resources, CPU, CPU, 1.5 as memory in gig, the ports, blah, blah, blah. Then you need to get the credentials for the Azure container, and I will show you where we got that from very soon. I showed you in the last video too, and it's of type Microsoft instance slash container group. So this is the YAML file that we are going to be using. Then let me stop sharing. Let me go back to my Edge browser. So in my Edge browser, if you want to get the credentials, all you need to do is navigate over to access keys. Yes, yeah, access keys. And you'll be able to see the username to be using the password, the login server, and the likes. Okay, so with that, all you now need to do is open PowerShell or Bash. Then you can upload that YAML file that I showed you that was in Notepad. You come over here, click to upload it. Then after uploading it, you'll be able to see it here. So I have uploaded it already. That's why you can see it over here. This is the one for the application. So after that, then you run this command. This is the command that you use to execute the YAML file for the Azure Container Group. So this will create a container instance that we can now use to access our application. So I ran this just a few seconds ago, a few minutes ago, and if I should go to my container instance, so I think I've got one open over here. If I go to my container instance, I can see that it's working, it's running, as you can see in the status, and you can see over here that it's truly working. So what I would do is I would copy the URL. So if I should come over to containers, I will see the two attached containers that are in use here, DB and web, and I can see that they are both running. So I can come over here and with the public IP that I copied from the Azure instance. So I copied it from over here. Copy this public IP, and I can now press enter to see that the items from my database will be displayed. So the front end and the back end are communicating together as expected. So our application is working as it should, which is a good thing. It's taking some time because my CPU is okay. That's interesting. Okay, so I think I'm in the wrong. Let me go back. Okay, this is it. Okay, I think it's because I use HTTPS and my application was not configured to work with HTTPS. I suspect that's it. So let me remove HTTPS. I know I didn't configure it to work with HTTPS. Yeah, so we can see it's working well now. So I wanted to show us something. Was that I think it's from containers. Let's see. So our application is working as expected. I hope we can see how Docker Container Group can be useful for our application. we have both if front end, client side and servers and the database working together, all from this YAML file. So you just need to understand this YAML file, how it works. It's really powerful, as simple as it is. It's very, very powerful. So I hope you've learned something from this video. If you have, remember to share with your friends that are interested in tech and cloud computing. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. Ask questions. All my source codes, I will be making them available. I'll be making them available. I've been saying this for a while now, but I'm trying to put together a GitHub repository that will be exclusive for this channel. So I'll be making it available. Have a great day, everyone.